Hey gamers, so this is the first video of our Mutants and Masterminds campaign for my Friday game group. So if you're ready, let's go get into Roll20. Let's get with the players. Let's start playing. All right, so let's talk about the city. Obviously, you guys see the splash page, correct? Alpha City.
Yes.
Okay, so Alpha City is like a beacon of technology in the world. So this isn't like an exact rendition of the city. Something I found on Google, like futuristic city. But after the incident of 2009, which we'll talk about later, a lot of the city was destroyed, and they wanted to rebuild. And they were like, "Well, do we rebuild the same stuff we had before?" They were like, "No." Then there was an influx of technology with architecture and automotives and just all kinds of stuff. So they implemented a lot of that as they were rebuilding the city. So now Alpha City is the most technological, advanced city in the world. So if you look at the handout, there should be one. I'll just show it again here, just in case you guys don't have it. One called Alpha City.
Yep.
So it was formerly known as Onyx City. So Onyx City, it was think of like Los Angeles, New York, big cities that we have now. They were, technologically advanced, right? Large populations, millions and millions of people. It had its issues. It had its bad parts of town. It had its issues with homeless, like a lot of cities have. And it had kind of gotten to the apex of what the city was going to be. But then the schism happens in 2009. This is the battle between Stardust and the Quantum Force and this relatively unknown villain called Rash. I'm going to talk about them here in a minute as well. Destroyed large parts of the city, or caused enough damage to where stuff would have to be demolished and rebuilt. So this is when they decided to be like, okay, well, we're gonna rebuild this. We're gonna be better. We're gonna set the example for the world. We're gonna show the world that this is what you want your cities to look like, and if you want your cities to look like this, we're the people to talk to. Okay. So let's talk about the schism. Okay.
No, not that guy.
Not. No, not that guy. Oh Lord. That's Gold Dust, actually.
They're cousins.
It's cousins. Or some other kind of distant relation. So the schism, right? So this period, like pretty much directly after this big climatic battle, is when governments of not just the city, of the country, but of the world kind of were looking at it and be like, well, we've put up with this for years, since probably about late 60s, early 70s. We've put up with stuff like this before, but this is such a grand scale. How are we going to avoid this happening again? I'm not going to, the governments weren't going to let cities be destroyed and rebuild. I mean, sure, heroes were fighting the good fight. Villains needed to be stopped, but there needed to be a way to stop it and to keep it that way. So several months after the beginning, so the culling began. So supervillains were rounded up and imprisoned, right? So Stardust was tasked with it. Other heroes that wanted to help, they rounded up villains. So not just here, across the world. Their notable villains were hunted like rats. They were incarcerated. They were not given due process. Sorry, I gotta get some drink. Yeah, so they weren't given due process. They were just kind of, as far as the public knows, they were just thrown in some hole somewhere, and the key was, smelted down, and somebody made a necklace out of it. Nobody really knows, but most of these people were never seen again. So then after that, it comes to the point where the villains are all rounded up. We're like, all right, cool. All right, heroes, we don't need you no more. Your job is done. So then the governments went to the heroes and be like, okay, guys, you need to hang up the cape. Hang up the goggles. About half did. They were like, all right, cool. I've done my job. It was a thank you for your service. Most of them melded back into society, right? Went back to menial jobs and marriage, children, all this other kind of stuff. The other 50% was like, no, like we're gonna continue to do our thing. We're gonna help people. But the governments were like, well, you don't really, that's what we're for now. Because during this time, not only was there a big influx in technology for architecture and infrastructure, but also technology for weapons, weapons for military use, all kinds of stuff. So they're like, well, we have all this technology now, and we're going to use this to keep people safe. So local law enforcement agencies were beefed up. The SPD, the Special Powers Division, was created. I just decided to stick with SPD, so it just it makes it easy, rolls off the tongue. Right. So they were created. They're almost like a worldwide organization. They have branches everywhere, in about every country. Specially trained troops with special weapons and armor and other technology to help. If a villain does rear its ugly head, they're able to put it down pretty quick. So, but then these heroes that wouldn't go down quietly, well, the governments went to Stardust and they were like, look, you're like a big name. You got to go talk to these people. You got to get these people to understand, or else we're going to have to do our thing. And they don't want our thing. Let them know that. So she was able to go talk to, get with some of these groups, some of these individuals, and talk them down and get them to comply. But then there was those ones that were just adamant about not complying. Well, so she was tasked with hunting these people down and either making them comply or capturing them. So most of them were hunted down and captured by her. There was even several that she killed, not necessarily wanting to, but it was like a necessity. Like some of them became really angry and turned to a life of villainy. They were like, well, if you're not gonna respect me for what I did and screw your society and screw your rules, I'll do what I want. So then there's this time of where she hunts all these people down. And then it comes down to, once that's taken care of, she's really the only one left. And then the government goes to her, and it's like, okay, time for you to hang up the cape. She was contemplating it, but then governments and authorities were like, well, she's kind of a big threat. She's been around for a long time. She doesn't age. She's super strong. She's super fast. If you look at her, I just got some notes on her handout there that I've given you, right? She's kind of like Superman, not as powerful, but she's up there.
Which Superman?
I guess like Superman, just saying like modern day DC continuity.
Okay, he's quite OP.
Yeah, so she's not that level, but she's really strong. Yeah, I mean, Captain Marvel, similar, but she doesn't have all the same abilities though. So, where was I?
So she's like an OG Superman who can just fly and hit stuff really hard.
Yeah, she could fly. She's tough. She's fast. She can run, not like a speedster, but she's fast enough. But
she's the classic Paragon, basically.
Yeah, classic. Yeah. Like when she came about in the 70s, and you got to think about in the 70s the kind of costumes that heroes would have. It was all flamboyant. She wore like this cape and this, all these different colors, and like a ballroom mask and all this other stuff. But as time progressed, then she went to similar to what she looks like there. Basically, it's like a just like a big leather suit kind of thing, because that's like a lady in a motorcycle jacket and like a motorcycle suit. That's kind of what she wears. She's ditched the mask, so people know what her face looks like, but they were never able to figure out who she was, like her human identity. So they were thinking that she just, she lived in isolation and then only did the hero thing. But so the governments came together and be like, well, she's a little dangerous. We can't just let her go back to doing whatever she's doing, being a librarian or working at a gas station or something. Like, what happens if she snaps? What if something happens and she's just like, nah, maybe I'll do what I want? Well, so they turn on her. So the government's try to capture her. Well, obviously it doesn't go very well in the beginning. She's chased all over the world, different parts of the world, different countries, anywhere and everywhere. She kind of goes to hide. She's eventually found in a town in a foreign country that's near like a nuclear power plant. Basically, like everyone in the town lives and works there at that power plant that supplies power for basically like the larger cities in the area. So she's kind of hiding out there, and they sniff her out and they find her. In the end, the battle ends up going to the nuclear power plant. She leads them there, and then there's like an explosion, not like a meltdown, not like Chernobyl. But there's just like an explosion in the plant that cripples the plant, kills all the SPD units inside. Inspection of the ruins. She was never found. Like bits of her clothing and stuff were found, but like her body was never found. But she hasn't surfaced since, so nobody really knows what happened to her. But they're assuming that, okay, she's maybe just gone into hiding or whatever, or maybe she just got vaporized. Nobody really knows. Or maybe the government knows, but are not going to tell you. Oh, he's back.
Never mind. He's back. Okay, we're good.
All right, and then so then we touched on Rash. So this is pretty similar to what it looks like. He's he's like black and red, and he has like lightning, but it looks like fire as he runs around. He came onto the scene relatively suddenly, early of 2008, and he didn't really do like the usual villain thing of the time. The villains always came out and they had the big flamboyant plan and all this, making speeches and monologues. No, this dude showed up and he just started like hunting down heroes. And then he would kill these heroes. Just, he would be around, a hero would come to try to stop him, and then the hero was found dead sometime later and he was gone. Nobody really knew what his intentions were. Like he never left notes. He never left, pay me millions of dollars and I'll stop doing this. There was really no ever communication between him and authorities and the other heroes. He would just go after certain heroes and they would battle and he would kill them because he was that strong. So then it comes down to the point where just, the strongest members of the Quantum Force and Stardust are left to fight this guy. And they decide to set a trap for him. They end up springing the trap on him, but then in the end, all the other members of the Quantum Force are killed by this guy. And now it's just down to Stardust and Rash. So, and it's basically in the industrial center of Onyx City, as it was at the time. It's night, it's raining. You see Stardust there, leaning over one of the other members of the Quantum Force, Kid Bolt. He was like an electric power user with some other kind of abilities that he had. He's dead, and she's holding his lifeless body, almost crying, but you can't tell. Because of all the rain. So she's thinking to herself, like what the hell? Wait, hold on. Yeah, so this is back before 2009. All right, hold on. Let's pause. Okay, are you guys following well enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the most part. And there was a part that was like, man, what the heck's going on? I'll be quiet so I don't spoil the moment.
No, you're good. I just, because I kind of give like the over arc, and then we're gonna go back. So I'm basically now I'm going back and talking about like the big pivotal moment.
So let me try to resume everything in my head. Basically, Stardust is the leader of a superhero team called Quantum Force. Yeah, Quantum Force. Okay, I'm trying to pronounce it correctly. But they were mostly killed off by Rash, and now we are on the epic confrontation between good and evil, between the Paragon and the evil speedster, and yeah, like that.
Yeah. So then after that, all the stuff I begin with, or the stuff that I began with, basically, like I said, I just wanted to give like a big overarching kind of like where it leads up to where we are now, and then going back to the really cinematic part is kind of where I'm going. Yeah, I know it's kind of confusing. I did it the same way with the other guys as well. I had to explain it a little bit. It makes sense in my head when I explain it, but
I got you.
Yeah, I'm following.
oh, you're good. Frostfang's typing in the chat. I'm waiting.
Oh, also,
Okay.
guys, if I mispronounce something, or if I don't know how to express myself, I forgot a word or an idiom, you guys can PM me and correct me if you want.
Oh, okay.
I would be really thankful. I would be really thankful.
We'll be like, noob. No, it's like this. No, it's all good. It's all good. All right. So yeah, so there's so we're getting back to this, the battle that they're gonna have, the fight that they're gonna have. So she's there. Get my music going here. Gonna have my epic soundtrack. Right. So she's there, like she's like the last member of the Quantum Force. I think maybe I said Quantum League in one of the things. I think I used the words interchangeably.
Yeah. Here in the
But anyway,
Quantum League. But yeah, go ahead.
yeah. But anyway, so Rash kills him, and now she's kind of having this moment of where she's like, well, how are we gonna stop this guy? Like, this guy is too strong. She can't really even do anything about it. There hasn't been a whole lot of dialogue. It's just kind of like they showed up, and let me turn this down a little bit on my end. So like you see like Rash, she just kind of comes zipping down the street there in the rain, just leaving like steam and a trail, in his wake. So she puts down this guy's body, and she just kind of stands up, and they have this kind of like stare down for a moment, because there's like choppers and stuff, like news choppers flying around, like recording all of this stuff. So like there's been like documentaries and stuff like that on it that you all have watched in the present day, and all kinds of talk about it, and they use it in school as well to talk about the point of good and evil and things like that. But anyway, so then they have this standoff, and then like the battle ensues. They're running and zipping all over the city. Stardust is basically just going all out. She is so pissed. She's just like punching buildings down as he evades. He's just kind of leading her around like you would a dog on a leash. For probably, 30 or 40 minutes, the two of them kind of battle. And that's where most of the destruction from the city comes. She's giving it everything she's got, but it seems to not be effective enough. But then it comes to a point where it's like a large warehouse, like an industrial building, that they end up going into, where the fight ends up going into. Obviously, the choppers, they can't see inside, but for several minutes they're in there. You can tell that there's fighting going on as windows are breaking out and all this other stuff. But then you see like the building like collapses on itself, like it basically almost like implodes. Like it crumbles, and you can see like the news guy. He's just going ape shit. He's like, "Oh my god, did you just see that?" And then after a few moments, you see like there's like piles of rubble begin to move, and like Stardust like pulls herself out of this rubble. They all tore up, and she comes dragging this guy's body out into the street. She like throws him in like a puddle. She ends up like demasking him, and he looks like this very plain guy. I don't know how else best to describe it. It's like the face in the crowd that you don't really notice because it just blends. He doesn't look like a bad guy. He was kind of tall. He's about 6 feet. He's blonde, clean shaven, a young looking guy. People really weren't even able to identify him. Loki, you're having all kinds of trouble tonight. All kinds of trouble.
All right.
So then so that's that battle, right? Then authorities come in after it's safe. They collect the body of Rash, and then obviously I've already gone over what happens pretty much afterwards. So now we're gonna go on to present day. So let's talk about, we're gonna start right here. So Ed, all right. So you're Punch Drunk, right? So what is Punch Drunk doing in the present day?
He's oh nuts. He's been hunting down crooks, because we got a little involved in the criminal underworld, and he upset some people. So they came and roughed him up. It broke both his shoulders pretty badly and bashed his head open. So they permanently disabled him. So now he's out seeking revenge on them. So he's investigating and taking them out, not killing them, but crippling them back,
Mm. Now, I will say you've probably had a run-in with the SPD probably at least once. Not like a large force, but maybe like a patrol that you've had to evade. So you kind of know what they're capable of. They're not like your usual like dumb dissy soldiers like there he is, get him kind of thing. No, these guys are well trained. These guys are pretty smart. So you've known how to lay low. How to do your thing without raising as much attention as you did maybe when you first started. So let's go. All right. So Frostfang, Vincent Wilhelm, what are you doing in this present day?
The less amount of people who know what I'm doing, the better, as I am doing anything possible to keep a low profile. I am working overnight as a backroom stalker at like a Walmart or Target, and then I go home, I lock all my doors, shut all my blinds, and that's it.
Okay, all right. When you go out, what do you go out for? I'm assuming food, right? You got to go buy groceries and stuff.
Yeah, unless there exists a type of thing where I could just order it and have like groceries delivered, then I would have to go out and probably go to the same place I work at after hours. So like 3-4 a.m. when the least amount of people are there, and quickly buy what I need and get out of there.
Okay. All right. So Dax, what do you do in the present day?
All right. So Mordecai, he's just running his bookshop that he inherited from his benefactor. He kind of just goes by day and just helps out his customers. You know, in this day and age, it's kind of a quaint thing to see a book, but you know, it's got that old time feel to it, so he feels attached to it. He tries not to use his powers too much. He might, you know, move some stuff if he can't quite reach it. Other than that, but definitely keeping a low profile. And then at nights, he just locks everything down, goes into his apartment up above, and just practices some of his mystic arts. Trying to make sure the blinds are drawn. This way no one sees what's going on up in there. But that's what he's been up to.
Okay, sounds good. Loki. So talk to us about your character. What is your character doing in the present day?
So I imagine him mostly running his family's antiquary, probably, I don't know, selling some old cutlery and dishes. I don't know, maybe giving some particular classes of history, maybe, but mostly keeping his profile low. His family has a story with government. How can I express myself? They have a history of the government trying to go after them, but they actually knowing how to get out of that problem. And he actually learned a thing or two in his life about how to hide himself from the authorities.
Okay. Alrighty. So we're gonna pick us up here. So it's 2024. We're gonna say it's probably early summer, maybe kind of like it is now. Like we're in the beginning of May. Maybe it's about the same time of year. So Alpha City is located kind of like it's on the West Coast. Basically, it's like almost a replacement for Los Angeles, and all the surrounding suburbs is just all kind of one big thing now. So basically, there's no LA. There's just Alpha City. So like the city is a lot larger now after the reconstruction. When they brought all of those little like the boroughs and suburban areas all together, it expanded the size of the city and its population. And the population has boomed because of the new businesses, the industry, the technology, and everything. People are coming here from far and wide, different countries for jobs and all that kind of stuff. So you guys have gotten kind of familiar with your local neighborhood, right? So we're going to pick it up. So let's see. So Dax and Loki, you guys have a friend. You have a colleague in the book business, and he's called you tonight, saying he's got some interesting books in that he got on like a large purchase. So he bought several boxes of books from someone looking to offload some stuff that he had.
Okay.
And there were some pretty interesting volumes that you guys would be interested in. So you guys have decided to go down to his local little. It's like a little bookstore, like
Okay.
nothing big like yours,
Right.
but it's like just small. He runs it. He's an old guy, but he's known for having those that rare stuff,
Right.
like the rare stuff or the stuff you're like,
Oh.
nobody's got this stuff anymore. You go down there and this guy's got it. It's just weird, but you guys have been going to him for several years. Let's see. So Ed, you will not be here yet. And then
Fine,
so
books for
Vincent.
nerds.
Yeah, I know. Nerds.
I adjust my glasses. What do you mean?
Oh,
So Vincent, you have decided to
actually use
leave.
glasses.
The what?
No, continue, please. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. So Vincent, you've decided to leave the confines of your home tonight to get some groceries. Now, you do use the Amazon thing, but there's some stuff that you can't get. There's this local grocer that's probably several blocks from your house that sells, this one food item that you just love, and it's like you gotta have. How some people love certain things. Some people love peanut butter or whatever. Some kind of meat, yeah. This guy, it's like a little mom and pop grocery store. They have like not necessarily rare stuff, but they've got stuff that most of the big grocers don't carry. Those very specialized products. And they've got like some home butchered meat and things like that. So you've gone down here to buy some groceries. Now I'm gonna transition to this sheet here, and hopefully it all works out. I tested it earlier.
Oh, pretty dark in here. Okay.
Can you guys see your tokens?
Yep.
Okay, and then you guys have line of sight to basically what you can see.
Yep, I can see a little bit outside, and that's about it. Yep, you're good.
Yep. And I know Ed. Yeah, Ed, you're not here yet. Don't worry.
Scared.
Yeah. Ed. So Ed, you're off this night. You're off doing your thing. You're out looking for one. You got some information about one of these people that are related to these people that did you wrong, and you're out on the hunt. You're out on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Just cruising around, just looking for clues, looking for places. They said that this guy might be in this place. You're just looking. They didn't know exactly where it was. They're like, yeah, man, this guy hangs out at Tony's place. I think it's down on the corner of what?
Tony.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah. Tony or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Is that stereotypical? I don't even know. But it's just the first name that came to mind. So you're out trying to find this place, this guy, this contact that you've got. Basically, you pay him a little bit, and he'll feed you some information once he gets some stuff. And it's few and far between. He's not big in league with those people, but he does keep his ear to the ground. So you guys are in your respective stores. So as you can see over here, so Loki and Dax, you guys are over here in the store.
Right.
So you guys don't know each other, but you see that Dax, you see this guy at the counter talking to the old man.
Yeah.
So Loki, this is you here. I ping you. This is you. You're over here. Yeah, you're over here at the counter. This guy's got some old tomes. Some old books of history and culture back from your home, and so you're trying to negotiate a price. He got them for cheap. They're rare. This guy's always kind of he's not a swindler, but he's got needs, right? Like he gets it cheap, and he's like, yeah, I want to help you, young man. You're a fine looking man, and I know you want these, so let's work out a bargain. So you guys are kind of sitting there, working out a bargain. So Dax, you're right here.
Right.
You're just kind of looking at his stock of his shelves, and he's got some just weird stuff, like occult stuff. He's got all kinds of books, stuff that you haven't even seen. And you're like, wow, what is this? You're just kind of thumbing through some of them, like yellowed pages, cracked covers. Like these are not some of these books are not in good condition.
Right.
He doesn't have price stickers on them. It's like you get a book, you go to the counter, and you and the guy make a price. He does that with
talk
everybody.
it out. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So you're just kind of browsing, waiting your turn.
Okay.
What?
The books. Y'all know that.
So yeah, look, he's got like 3 or 4 of these books. They're all the same size book. It looks like it's part of like a collection of books, like a set. So you guys are like haggling over the price. Like he wants more than you're willing to pay, and so now over here. So Vincent is over here. You're just it's just like this little store. It's got about 6 or 7 shelves. It's got the little meat section over there. There's nobody in here but the guy behind the counter. He's just kind of sitting there, he's got his little, like you look at the, the cliche, the little old TV. He's just kind of sitting there watching his show or whatever while you're in there doing your thing. You got your little rickety hand basket that he has like 5 of there by the door. You're getting those few choice items that you feel that you cannot live without. And also, over here in the store as well, the bookstore, this guy's got like a TV going, like up in the upper corner there. and it's just got some kind of old rerun show, maybe Matlock or something. Perry Mason or whatever. He likes those old crime shows. He's always watching that stuff every time you go in there. So while you guys are in there, you hear that there's like on the TV there's like some static, like the power kind of flickered a little bit. So you guys look around, and you're like, the rest of the lights didn't flicker. You're like, all right, well the show goes back to doing what it's doing. Well then the static comes back, and so the guy in the grocery store, he's like slapping the top of the TV box. He's like, what the hell, He's all pissed. So you guys in the bookstore now are like looking at the TV, and the old guy gets his remote and he's just trying to, play with the remote, change the channel or whatever. And then so the screen it goes black, like it shuts off. And then the screen comes back on. But now there's like an image of a man wearing like some kind of suit, like an armored suit with with a helmet that looks kind of like Splinter Cell, how it's got multiple lights on the front of it.
Okay.
But this is like a full helm. This is like a full helm. Completely obscures the face. And then there's a moment of quiet there. It's just you just see this image of this person. So like everyone in the stores, which is it's like 5 of you, the 2 shop owners and the 3 of you are like looking at this. You're like, what in the hell? You guys happen to look, you grab out your phone or whatever, and it's actually the same image as on your cell phone. It's being broadcasted on your cell phone. You're like trying to trying to turn it off. It's not working.
I'm trying to hit the home button.
yeah, you're trying to hit the home button. You're like turn the volume down. Yeah, something similar to that. But it's not like it's not like cloth, but it's just like a full like steel helm. But yeah, I like with the lights on there. It's similar to that. It doesn't have the gas mask part. But yeah, that's a pretty good thing there. If you guys can see that as well, it's a pretty good rendition right there.
Right.
So then after a few moments of silence, the figure speaks. It's got like this deep rustic voice as it talks through like the speaker system on the helmet. It's like, my brothers and sisters, for too long have you lived in the shadows. You have been hunted. Some of you have even been killed by those that you attempted to help and protect. They turned on you as though master would turn on his dog that has become affected with rabies. Is that what you are now? Animals destined to hide in sewers, hide in public, and not truly be who you really are? I say, nay. I say now is the time for you to take up arms, to show the world once again that you are needed, and that you are the true rulers of this world. The humans are powerless against you. Stand up, show the world your true power, bend them to your will. For, my friends, my brothers and sisters, you are powerful, and you shall live forever. And then, like, it kind of, the conversation goes on a little bit more, kind of the same, monologuing kind of thing. The guy in the store, at the grocery store, is like freaking out right now. The dude is just not having it. He's like, oh my God, I have not seen this since for almost 15 years. What in the hell? He's like slapping the side of the box of the TV to get it to go away. The old man in the bookstore, he's got this look like he's not really freaked out, but he definitely has concern. Like, but he's got that look on his face like he's seen stuff like this before. So Dax, you end up actually coming over here as well.
Okay.
You're just kind of like enthralled. You're just kind of like, what's going on? What the hell?
Right.
You guys are all, 3 of you all kind of look at each other. And then the screens eventually like reset and go back to whatever they were originally showing.
Mm-hmm.
You guys kind of look at each other for a few moments. You're like, what the hell
happened?
Yeah.
Well,
what a weird camera. Oh yes, like his outfit does look really cool. He's definitely put some work into it. So you guys look at each other in the bookstore for a few minutes, and the old man, he's the first one to speak, and he's like, I have a bad feeling about this. This could be a joke. It's like this could be a trick, some practical joke, but I have a feeling that bad things are going to happen here soon, boys.
Sir, every joke has a part of truth in it. Trust me, I know them.
My friend here speaks the truth. I'm afraid this might be a harbinger of things to come.
The old man's like, these messages of hate. You know, long ago we had hung up the capes. I figured that was going to be the end of it. I thought I would die before I see things like this again, but I guess I was wrong. I hope it's not true. Back over at the grocery store, the dude is the guy is freaking out. He's yelling. He's on the phone with somebody. You're like standing behind one of the shelves, like looking at this guy. As he's like the old man, like this, he's kind of heavy set, big beard. He's kind of like perspiring. He's talking to his wife in a different language that you can't understand. Let's see. What do I need? Okay. And then, so yeah, you guys have all those handouts. So then you hear outside, you hear this large, like, traffic accident. Like, honking. Cars running into each other. Like, a horn is just like... People are, like, yelling and screaming outside. So what do you guys do?
Well, I go running there. See if I can
Okay.
do something.
You should be able to move your token. We'll see if you guys can
yeah.
see if you guys can get outside. All right, so yeah, you guys go out in the street and you see. So then you see down here. Hold on, let me gotta expose this. Rip. Rip. There is this large. No, the guy in the grocery store doesn't react to the traffic accident because he's like yelling to somebody on the phone. He doesn't really hear it. So yeah, so you look down the street and there is this huge rock golem walking down the street. This thing is about 40 feet tall. And like these cars right here have like, turned and crashed, and he's just kind of like, he's like this car right here, he's kind of trampled on. He just like stepped on it. He's just kind of like, shambling down the street. He kicks this car out of the way. There's people on the street too. Boom, hits this lady here, turns her into Stroganoff.
Oh no!
Hey, that's the meat I was looking for.
Stroganoff, that's right, baby. You're like, you can smell it from there. You're like, what's going on outside?
Poor lady, no.
And like, so the two of you guys out here are like, you guys are like, oh, for a minute you're like some of you guys, you guys might have read about stuff like this or heard about stuff like this in your studies, but you have never seen something like this. So it's like, it's like a big thing like rock golem, something from almost like D&D. There's like all these people here that are like running, screaming. This guy's like, oh my god! He just goes running down the street. This dude goes running away. And then, so this lady's dead. So this lady is just gonna like run around. These people are like running. This woman like was walking with her boyfriend or whatever. She just like runs away, and he's like chasing after her. She's like running across the street. All this stuff. All of these people are just kind of running around willy nilly. What are you guys gonna do?
So, I looked to Mordecai and like, okay, man, I don't know if you can help me, but I think I may have a plan of character. I don't have any idea for what to do, but I'm just going to do something. I don't know what, but I'm going to do.
Sounds like a good plan.
Can I see
Let's
the
go.
Can I see the big rock golem from where I am?
Can you see him?
Oh, I didn't know if he was on the map or not. In that case, no.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Yeah, he's on the map. I should have all the dynamic lighting set up to where you can you should be able to see what you can see. Basically, everything that's blocked is like buildings and stuff.
But if he's I know it can't represent that in Roll20, but if he's like 40 feet tall, can I maybe see him over the buildings? Like I definitely see him nearby.
So now that he's kind of come further down the street, so looking like this direction, over here, you can kind of see like the top of him, like the top of his head and shoulders.
Is he coming our direction?
Yeah, he's coming, like he's walking this direction. He kicks this car right into the side of that building. He steps on this one, kicks it off to the side. This lady goes running, barely gets out of the way.
Okay, I want to run back in real quick. And
Okay.
Is the guy still yelling on the phone?
Yeah, he's yelling on the phone. He's got his back turned toward you. He's like looking into the back room, and he's like, he's yelling in a language you can't understand.
I'm gonna pound my hand on the counter a few times and like get his attention.
He turns around with this look of like, what do you want?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we have to go right now. Right
He's like,
now.
what are you talking about? I'm on the phone. Go away.
Sir, please just come outside. Wherever you're parked, we have to go.
He's like, I don't understand. So he follows you outside. So they're going.
Yeah. Do you feel? I mean, look what's happening. Cars are overturned. There's a. I don't know where you're parked, but please go home immediately.
He's like, so like you're pointing in directions, and he looks, and you can see kind of over the corner of the building, and then this car just goes whoosh, goes flying this direction. This guy's not here anymore. This guy's run over here. This guy's run over here. The car goes flying as this thing comes around the corner like this, and the guy's like, he drops his phone on the ground, and he's like frozen in terror. As you're like, dude, come on. He's just, the dude is like totally scared. All right, so now let's roll some initiative. Let me clear all this off.
Oh boy. Let's see how sluggish I'm going to be. Oh wait, I select my token. Not bad.
Then I will add its turn. All right. So let's see here. All right, Dax, looks like you're up. Did we lose him?
Dax?
Dex, my bro,
Yeah.
please.
Hey,
Yes.
sorry, I forgot. Hey, sorry, I forgot I muted my mic.
I'm like, come back to us.
No, okay, so I turn to Amon and I go, all right, I don't know if you have any powers, but there's no time like the present to use them. So I go ahead and I throw up my hands and I use protection in case he decides to throw a car my way.
Okay. Any movement from where you're at?
No, I'm gonna stand next to him on.
Okay. So describe what your power looks like.
So as I thrust my hands out, I etch what looks like cuneiform into the air with my fingers, and it kind of like just starts glowing, and like circles and stuff like that appear as I etch into the air, and just like it the air starts to glow and shimmer as I protect myself.
Alrighty. All right, Loki, you're up.
Okay, let's do this. I'm quite impressed, my friend. What's your name? I know it's not the most appropriate time to ask, but you know, if you're going to die, at least I want to know with whom I'm going to die, right?
No problem, friend. My name is Mordecai.
Nice to meet you, Mordecai. I'm Amon. So, I'm not much of a fighter, but I think I can think on how to defeat this monster. So I start yelling, "Hey, you foul beast, look to me!" I'm going to use, let me see, demoralize on him. My demoralize maneuver.
Okay. Demoralize the rock golem. Love it.
Oh yeah. And I let's see. And I can use what? I can use deception. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Just let me see how that works again. Intimidation check. Okay. So in my case, I can use deception. Let's do this. Let's do this. Please roll high. Please roll high. Please. Wait. Please.
Nice.
Well,
Oh,
not
better
bad.
than nothing. Wait, yeah.
So it looks over it kind of like it looks over in your direction, but obviously you can't really tell, facial features or whatever. But it does notice you, and Mordecai standing over there on the street corner. Any movement from you?
No, I'm going to stay right. Actually, I'm going to just take a step forward, so I don't
Okay.
look like a coward that is hiding behind Mordecai.
All right, Frostfang.
Also,
What?
sorry, I think I should have announced that I would like to use my assessment advantage. So you need to make a secret. Yeah, you need to make a secret insight roll for me, insight check for me. So you can, and then you, depending on the check, you can tell me he's.
What is your bonus to insight?
Inside. Let me see. Man. Usually this is 2. Man, it's not actually that good.
+2. All right. All right. So then, based on what I roll for you, I give you some information.
So if I'm not mistaken, he resists with deception. Yes. Opposed by the target's deception check. If I win,
Okay.
you get to tell me his attack and defense bonuses relative to mine. With each additional degree of success, I learn the exact bonus. One of those.
Okay.
Or if I fail, you can lie to me. Oh yeah.
So if you win, so his attack and defense bonuses relative to yours are higher. With each additional degree of
I would
success, you
imagine
learn
that.
one target's bonuses exactly. So you will learn. See. So his defense is bonus. Well, so not all of his defense. Okay, so not all of his defense bonuses are higher than yours. Obviously, you can gain that from his size. But you do know that his. I'll give you his toughness bonus. What did I make it? His toughness bonus is +8.
Okay. It's actually quite tough. Okay, now my turn is over. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. All right, Frostfang. So you're standing there outside the shop with this dude that just like he's like paralyzed in fear.
So the guy next to me is he's not really paying any attention to me at all, is he?
No. Like he came out there and he's just he dropped his phone. Yeah, he's out of his head right now. He doesn't know what to think.
I'm going to take this time to transform them.
Okay.
Which is my movement action.
Mm-hmm.
And then, how tall are these buildings next to me?
So probably about 30 feet, so you can see a little ways over the top of them.
Okay, I want to use my standard action to climb on top of this building.
Okay.
And then with so that took 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then with my remaining movement, I want to move down to where I'm standing on the rooftop, but like here.
Okay. Technically, I can get you. I can move you in there, but there's really nothing in there to see. So we're just gonna. I'll put you right there. You just know that you're right there instead, right? Because you can't move on top of this building, right?
Right.
Okay.
Get my little icon there for 30 feet up.
Okay. Sounds good. All right.
Yeah, that was my turn.
Okay. So the golem, he's just like, kabam. He's just gonna start trudging your direction. Now that you've called him out.
Oh boy.
And then, so now Ed, so you're off patrolling several blocks away, and you happen to hear all this commotion, and you're able to drive past basically like this street right here. Several blocks.
I don't
What?
see anything.
Oh yeah, because I don't have you. You're on the map, but you're hidden right now. So basically, there's a street that leads in there, like horizontally, right through the middle of this map. You're about 2 blocks away to the west, and you happen to see and hear this commotion going on there. And you look down the street, and you see this huge rock golem wandering down the street, destroying vehicles and buildings and all this other stuff. What are you gonna do?
That looks exciting.
So there's people like running and screaming and yelling and.
Is there like an alleyway nearby that I know that rock golem can't fit down?
Where you're at, yes. Where it's at, the roads are pretty open.
Well, I'm gonna park my bike in that alleyway, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna start hopping over with my spring boots, and I could go at like 8 miles an hour with them.
8 miles an hour. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, what I'm gonna do then? I'm going to.
It's only like 2 blocks, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal you on the map. I'm gonna have you go and roll initiative, but it's gonna one whole turn will cycle through before you get here.
Oh, nuts. Where's my token?
Should be right over here.
Ah, there.
Yeah, you're right there.
Nice.
Woot! Fantastic. All right, so yeah. So you park the bike, you get your stuff, and you're like bouncing down the street on your way down here.
That's the sound my boots make.
Are you sure it's not like a boing, boing?
They're not really that springy. It's more like a
Pneumatic.
spring compressed pneumatic things, you know.
I mean, because my noise is more like Looney Tunes kind of noise. All right, so we're gonna go back to the top. Mordecai.
Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out and I'm going to etch another cuneiform symbol into the air, and I'm going to try and move this car in his path. I don't know if it's going to slow him down, but I'm trying to maybe get some stuff in between us.
Which car? You want to ping it?
This one right here.
Okay.
Mordecai, I think I should warn you that, for what I can tell, this creature is as resilient as reinforced concrete. So I hope you have something as strong as that.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think I have an idea. But you're going to need to make your strongest attack, probably.
Okay. Can I
Well,
throw
just
the
be
car
careful.
at him, or would I?
Do what?
I don't have a throw object at, so I only have move object, so I can't throw the car at him, can I?
No, not to make an
Okay.
attack.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do try and move that car, and then I'll make an attack next turn.
Okay. So yeah, you could basically just move it where you want, obviously within your range.
Okay. I'm gonna try and move it like here to kind of like block him.
I'll just move it, and then we'll just turn it like so.
Okay. And then I'm gonna move back a little bit to kind of get some space between us, so I can get a ranged hit next.
Okay,
And I think
sounds
that's it.
good. All right, Loki, you're up.
Okay, then. Let's do this. Okay, Mordecai. I'll try to distract him a little more while you, I don't know, help those people go out, run away, or you, I don't know, prepare for an all-out attack. So, I will move. How much is the square of movement?
So basically, I think it's like 5 feet or 1 meter, however you want to really look at it. Because I think I have it set up in feet.
Yeah. So I don't have any movement powers. I'm kinda slow. I'm just trying to check really fast. But I think I can only move like 6 squares or something like that. Yeah. 6 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to try to assess the situation again and try to learn about a little bit more about the enemy, using my free action, of course. And I'm going to. Oh yeah, I'm going to use the thing. At least I think I can try to use the feint maneuver. However, I'm going to use my oh no, I'm going to use what the heck was the name? I'm not letting use it to my advantage. Sorry. I'll try to demoralize him again, actually. So he's kind of bad at trying to hit people and that stuff.
Okay.
You know, when you cannot beat your enemies to submission, you need to what? You need to bother them to death. Literally.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Well, he turns towards you. Obviously, you can't tell based on his rocky features if he's demoralized or not, if he notices, but he does take notice of you. Then with your assessment, you realize that his, so basically, obviously his attack and defenses, most of his defenses are higher than yours, but his attack bonus is a +8.
Oh man. Ow. kind of good. Okay, but well, at least I don't think he's going to be able to hit people easily now that he doesn't have confidence in his own ability. And my turn is over.
Okay, and that demoralizes. They can get a -2 on checks. Okay.
-2 if it's a normal success, or if I get, let me see, if I get 4 or more degrees of success, he's disabled. I don't think I got that, but I would like to hope so. I would like to imagine that I got it, so I can feel more safe.
Okay. All right. Anything else from you?
Nope, I'm done.
Alrighty. Frostfang, you're on the top of the roof. You're just sitting over there. You see this guy in the middle of the street, like shouting bad words at this thing. And then you see the other guy that's kind of over here by this, like this bus stop or whatever. Like he's got some kind of magical abilities or whatever that he's using.
Okay, so I'm like 30 feet up on this building, and you said this rock golem is like 40 feet tall or so?
Yeah, it's about 40 feet tall.
Okay, so I'm going to jump off of this building with my elite power.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go in his direction.
Mm-hmm.
I assume he's big enough for me to land on like his shoulders or upper back or neck or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to leap from the building to this guy. And at the apex of my jump, like midway through my jump, hoping that he's more underneath me than in front of me, with my jump trajectory,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to do this. Use my ice breath on him.
Okay. DC 20.
Yes, DC 20 fortitude save.
Okay. And then what does that do again? What are the status elements that
It's
it provides?
just damage for now.
Oh, it's just damage.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, so technically he gets a dodge from that. Okay. So you obviously hit him with it, and then he gets to roll his toughness then. So 5. All right. So yeah, you jump over him, like you get to the right point. You just breathe ice all over the top of his head and shoulders or whatever, and it kind of looks like you disorients him for a moment. And then do you land on him or do you go past him?
Oh no, I land on top of him.
Okay, so then you land on him. And he's like, he kind of spins around.
I do have the move by action, so I think I was able to do that correctly, and then that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Well, the golem then is going to try to. You notice you're on his shoulders. He's going to try to swat you, slap his shoulder. So with that and that. Okay. It's a close attack.
He has to beat a 16.
He succeeds.
Yikes.
Oh man.
Yikes.
Oh. All right. Let me look at my chart here. So he effectively swats you off of his shoulder. He knocks you off of him over here. Boom. And you are now staggered with a -1 penalty.
Do I land prone or?
Yeah, you kind of land prone, not like sprawled, spread eagle on your back, but you kind of land maybe on your side or whatever. You're like, oh, hey. All right, Ed, you come bounding down the street. Boom. Move you in. You just kind of come running down the street. Kind of skidding. You see this giant ice werewolf just gets swatted off of this dude's shoulder onto the ground over there as it's rubbing its face, getting snow and ice off of its face.
Oh, nuts. There are 2 monsters.
At least it looks like they were fighting each other, so the enemy of my enemy, I guess.
Maybe. So what you're saying is I should team up with the golem.
Maybe.
So wait,
I don't know.
is it my turn or is it my turn next rotation?
I'll go ahead and make it your turn.
Okay. Does the rock golem, does it have a head?
Yeah, it does. If you can kind of see his picture, its shoulders are really big, but it's got a little head in the middle of it there.
What, with eyes?
Yeah, it's got eyes.
Okay. I hope those aren't just for show. I'm going to let's see, jump up in front of him. And then I'm going to drop a smoke bomb at my feet. So I'm as my standard action. So he can't see me.
Oh yeah, because you've got the concealment. What level of concealment is that?
Well, it's pretty much just concealment,
Okay.
right? Does concealment come at different ranks?
No, I mean you have, let's see, concealment,
It's-
2 points per rank. Oh yeah, okay. So the multiple ranks just okay.
It's got rank 4 for the dodge DC, but that only affects the area of effect of the blast. But since I'm in the middle of it, it won't really change anything if he passes the dodge or not,
Mm-hmm. Okay, sounds good. So yeah, so the rest of you guys see this guy with a gas mask and mechanical arms with do you have boxing gloves on the end, red boxing gloves?
Yeah,
or
protect my hands.
Oh yeah, okay. Protect your rope. Gotta keep the skin supple.
Yeah,
So he
don't
just
wanna
comes
break my wrist.
bounding down the street. He stops right in front of this thing. He reaches into his pouch, throws a smoke grenade, smoke bomb on the ground. It starts to there's this smoke billowing around about halfway up this thing. And then you can't see him anymore. Oh wait, oh yeah, I got cool effects. The other group got to see stuff.
Oh.
Wait. It's
Oh,
Ah!
wow.
yeah,
Nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice.
beautiful.
Yeah, okay.
It's beautiful, but I have to keep clicking to make it do that. But you get the idea. All right, Mordecai, you're up.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and try and would he be in the way if I try to use a blast attack or?
You would assume so. You can't really see him. Through all
Okay.
the smoke.
You could probably shoot over.
where the smoke came
over.
from.
Yeah, I mean, you could shoot him like up toward the face instead of
Right. Okay.
You can
Yeah.
shoot
Yeah.
over
I'll
him.
go ahead and try that.
I could actually try to tell him his positioning since I can counter invisibility, I can counter concealment, visual concealment at least, with power. Oh yeah. And they are free action because they are sustained. They are not. They don't have the activation. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So would I roll my Mystic Blast?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
All right, so that hits.
Okay. Hold on.
What's the damage on that? Or what's your DC?
Hold on. Trying to find it. Okay. Hold on. Is it the? Where would it be on my sheet? I'm sorry.
It's whatever the Mystic Blast, whatever rank that is. That's the damage that it deals, like the damage effect. So it's
Okay,
15
yeah.
plus that number. So 20, right? Or actually,
Yeah,
I can even
yeah.
just look at it too.
Yeah, it's this because it's this. Yeah, I think it's 20.
So we're gonna make so. Da-da-da. Ho! All right, well, it's gonna be one of these games, I guess. Roll a 1.
Oh, boy.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Oh,
It's probably the smoke
Okay.
that did it.
Yeah, we'll go with that. It was off balance because of the smoke, so I was able to curve in and blast right there as I
It like
edged out the
he got his
and
got his allergies going. You hit him like
Right.
mid sneeze.
So you blast him like right in the face. He's like, it kind of like leans back and it like steps back. It's like waves its hands in the air.
Like you just don't care.
Yep.
wave your hand. Yeah.
That was actually a pretty solid hit.
Okay.
All right, Mordecai. Anything else from you?
no, I think that's it for right now.
Okay. All right, Loki, you're up.
Okay, so I'm feeling kinda useless, because I didn't even attack the damn thing. But I'm going to do something useful, I think. The staggered condition. It has which effect? Like I think it's a combined effect, right? Like it has dazed and another
Dazed and hindered.
effect, I don't know. Dazed and hindered. Well then, I'm going to
Yeah.
go there. I'm going to move some squares. I'm going to say, "You, Wolfman, hear my voice. You cannot give up now. Please, stand up and defeat this monster." I'm going to use my leadership, and I'm going to use my standard action and spend my hero points, my own one, so he can act better this turn, and he can remove his dazed condition. Oh yeah.
Heart of the cards, got him.
Believe the hero cards, man. You need to believe. And that's my turn. Oh yeah.
All right, not bad. So yeah, so he removed that condition from you.
Yep. That's it, first thing. You're not dazed anymore.
Anything else from you?
I'm just going to set up my reaction so I can use my luck control powers. So anytime one of them attacks, I'm going to use my luck control so I can order them to attack in a better position.
Okay, sounds good.
Nice, Frostbite.
All right, Frostfang, you're up. So yeah, you hear this stranger's voice, and you feel empowered. You feel like that you can do it.
So now that I'm no longer dazed, I have my movement and my action back. I will spend my movement to. Oh, is he still concealed in the smoke grenade?
Who, the golem? He's only about halfway
His
up.
legs are.
Yeah, like from his like waist down, like his torso up is out of the top of the cloud.
Okay. I'm going to leap. I'm still hindered, so I can only leap a total of 15. So I'm going to leap 15 feet up at him, and just grab onto him, however high up, how high up I can get.
Okay.
And then once I have a hold of him, I'm just going to take my right hand and just rake it down the side of wherever it is I'm facing.
All right. All right. So it's gonna be, where is it? Grapple.
Rip.
Let's see.
Oh, I wasn't trying to grapple. I was just trying to claw attack him.
Oh, okay. So because you said you wanted to grab onto him, so you're just gonna basically, so you're gonna jump at him, claw, and then you're gonna land on the ground, right?
Sure. Can I hang on to the side of him without it counting as like a grapple, or no?
No, because he's like an active target, right? He's going to actively try to avoid that kind of stuff. So I would need to grab.
Okay, then yeah, I'll
grab
just
check.
jump up. I'll just beat and take my claws and rake them all the way down to the ground.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure I missed.
Oh.
So
Let's see.
Wait.
Hold on.
Can I wait until I know he missed it so I can use my thing, or I need to use it now?
What are you planning on using? Luck control?
Yeah.
Let's look at luck control.
Yeah, that's a good thing to use. Actually, I don't remember if I need to use it.
Let's see.
So he gets a reroll, right?
Yeah, but it's. I'm just trying to see if it's before I state whether or not it hits or not.
I think it's before. I would imagine at least.
This one. Sorry. Let's see. No, yeah. You just you can use. It just says you can spend a hero point or use luck on another character's behalf with the normal benefits. So I'll just go ahead and tell you now, with his penalties that he's sustained, this is a hit with the with the claw attack, and then he's gonna make a save. So ho. Oh, one of these games. Yesterday I was rolling hot, baby. Hot.
Oh, here.
Right.
Page 22. I would need to use before you announce the outcome. Okay.
Before? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sorry
Don't worry,
for
so.
the interrupting the game.
You're good. All right.
Let's destroy this golem. Oh yeah.
So you come in and you just rake the claws down like the side of his leg. You putting gouges in his rocky flesh on his leg. He kind of like he staggers to the side. Doesn't go down though. He's like the back scratch as you go down.
Yeah, and then that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Ed, how big of a square or like how big of an area does this smoke grenade take up?
15 feet. It lingers for one turn after I use it.
Okay. All right. Well, so he's gonna. So the golem is gonna attempt to kick you, Frostfang, because you just attacked him. But technically, you're within the concealment of his cloud, because within 15 feet. Let's see. We'll look up something right quick here. Does this apply? Is this total concealment? Is what this provides?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So he's gonna try to kick you. So, What is your dodge? Or sorry, parry?
16.
He misses. He just kicks wildly, smoke, kind of like a vacuum. He's just like looking around. right, Ed, you're up.
All right. Should I just go for the big punch? Go full power attack on this guy?
The old Shoryuken.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Do
think
it.
I'll do that. I'm gonna take a -5 to my attack roll to give a +5 to my effect rank.
Okay.
So let's see. I hope I set this up right.
Godspeed.
I didn't. Alright, cool. Oh, nice, a 1.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well.
And I'm
You
going
went-
to. Oh yeah. Now it's the time. To use the incredible tactics given to me by the Eye of Ra. Let's do this. I'm going to shout no, because actually, first of all, the golden eye of Amon-Ra is going to glow and encircle my right eye. And while I see through the mist, I'm going to say, my friend, you need to punch a little to the right. And then, reroll this thing. Reroll your roll, man. You can do it. Hit him right in the chin.
Jesus Christ.
He's like the cheerleader, man. You're just you're winding up, and you're just like he kind of foresees you. He's like, no, to the right, and you're just like, okay, so you can get to.
Long-winded. By the way, I can see the golem just fine because I have accurate hearing. He's got that sonar. So make that clear. But yeah, reroll.
So, yep.
Hey, that's a better one.
Whoa. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so that's
So
a
is that
15.
including? Is that?
No, that's a 15,
Okay.
and that's 23 toughness DC. Also, it has multi-attack. So if I succeed by 2 degrees, it does 2 more damage. And if I succeed by 3, it does 5 more damage. It's like my robot arms make me punch really fast.
So is it? So what if it's 1 degree?
If it's 1 degree, it just does the normal damage.
Okay. Yeah. So it's just normal damage, but what? So what's the DC now?
The DC is 23 toughness check.
So what to do?
Oh boy.
So 8. All right. So you do. So you give it a good punch right in the leg. It kind of like the knee kind of goes in. It's like. Ugh.
Nice.
So now you guys hear off in the background. You hear sirens coming, getting really close. And so Ed, you know those sounds. Those are the sounds of SPD trucks, like their vehicles. So you know that they're going to be here real fast.
Hey guys, the SPD's coming. We better wrap this up, or maybe just leave this
that's
guy
not-
for him.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, so yeah, good call, Frostfang. So yeah, you recognize the sound, like their sirens have a very distinct sound over like regular law enforcement sirens. Kind of like how like when you hear an ambulance, you know exactly what's going on. Like, you know these sirens pretty well, and you know that this is not good. Because it's not going to be like they're coming to help you. All right, so we're back to the top. So Mordecai, you're up.
Okay. As a would me communicating with everybody be a bonus action, or would I have to?
Oh, is that with your telepathic communication?
Yeah.
We didn't write the action for that. That's free action.
Okay. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna kind of communicate with everybody. That can I select who I'm communicating with, or is it just a?
Oh yeah, you can select who you communicate with.
Okay. I'm gonna communicate with the 3 of them and be like, "Look, guys, we might need to get to my shop to lie low for a little bit. I hear those sirens. Let's wrap this up and get over there." And then I'm gonna move over here and go for another Mystic Blast.
All right, good luck. Ho!
Yes.
Oh,
There,
okay.
there it is. Rolls the crit. Okay, so that's obviously a hit.
Right.
So crits add all kinds of extras. Oh, this might be it, boys. This might be it.
I think it gives you like options you could choose on what you wanted to do. One of them's like straight, just 5 more damage.
So damage. So basically, it's a considered damage effect 10 because it's 5 plus the 5 from the crit. 10. What did I get? All right, so you like boom, you hit him right in the face. He kind of staggers, but he doesn't go down. He's just like, ugh. Like he steps back to catch himself, and he's looking pretty haggard. He's looking pretty beat up.
All right, we're getting there, guys.
Anything else from you? I mean,
No, that's it.
all these regular humies are all run away here.
All right.
There we go.
All those regular peons.
I know, the noobs. Okay. Now we're on to Loki.
Okay. This thing just doesn't go down. What's that? Okay. What I can do? Oh, I'm looking like that guy from My Hero Academia. Oh man.
Which one? The guy with the brave head?
The protagonist, Izuku.
Okay.
Oh man, I need to do this. I would need to do that, and like taking notes and everything. Oh yeah, what I can do? What I can do?
Just punch
I'm
him.
going to.
Yeah, run over and punch him.
Of course I can do that. All right. Okay, what I can do.
Sounds like a bad idea, but who am I?
You might get lucky.
Oh man. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my amazing deception, but not. And like, hey, Golem, look up. I think something's going to get you there. Basically, I'm going to faint on him using this. Like say, oh, look up.
I'm gonna faint. All right. Let's see.
That's gonna be. And let's see how faint works. I used my standard action there. So.
I'm assuming it's gonna be resisted by like insight.
Insight or deception, if I'm not mistaken.
So yeah, so insight. Okay, make his roll.
He's vulnerable to my next attack.
Yeah.
Doesn't tell me.
So yeah, so you. The what? Go ahead.
No. Narrate, please.
So you tell him to look up. There's something over there, or however you fake him out, and he stupidly he looks in the direction that you're pointing.
So now I'm going to use my setup and say, "Hey, Wolfman, now, please."
All right. So yeah, transfer the benefit of successful combat use. Okay, yeah. So you're gonna transfer the invulnerability against your attack. Basically, gonna give it to Frostfang, so he'll be vulnerable to his attack.
Exactly.
All right. So then, Loki, anything else from you before I move to the turn?
I'm going to run. Mordecai, take us out of here.
I'll try.
And you need to teach me some magical tricks, please, because I actually really wanted to know magic, but I don't know. I just recently got my powers.
I'll see what I can do in my shop.
Okay. All right,
Nice.
Frostfang, you're up. The golem is vulnerable. You see an opportunity to strike.
Well, feeling inspired from my new friend Alman's speech, I'm going to leap 30 feet up, straight up, and try to get as close to eye level with this, or as close to this thing's head as I can, and then give it a big claw attack as close to its face as I can reach. Awesome.
Okay, so it hits because he's vulnerable. 3, 4. Games 3, 4. Whoa.
That's fine. The two things I rolled were a 3 and a 1 so far, so that's a lot of the reroll.
So yeah, so you jump up, you like as it turns back to face toward Loki, like it sees you right there, you're just like whoosh, you get it like right across the face. You slash it a good one, you take like chunks of rubble off of the side of his face. He still doesn't go down though. He staggers, but he doesn't go down.
And then just I'd land back on the ground, and that's my turn.
Okay. All right. So the smoke cloud's gone now, right?
Not until my turn. It just appears on my turn.
Okay. So the
Lingering area.
okay. So your turn, like coming up, it'll disappear.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, he's going to. Who's he going to attack? Who does he want to attack? Okay. He's going to attack you, Ed. He's going to try to strike at you.
Oh, nuts.
So you get the bonus from total concealment. What is your? Oh yeah, yep. That's a miss. He just he kicks again. He can't see you, so he's just like kicking wildly in the air.
Nice.
All right, Ed, you're up.
All right. I'm going to give him another full power attack. All right, so that's a 9 roll and a 23 toughness DC.
So 9 to hit.
Yeah.
Does not hit.
Oh, nuts.
Or basically, like you hit him, but it's in like a more, I don't know, strong area. Doesn't your blow just kind of like glances off a big chunk of rock.
Nuts.
So then you guys see these. Let me get them here. Boop,
Uh-oh.
boop. These
Oh no.
trucks come rolling in,
Oh, there they are.
and dudes just come piling out of these, like very, very, very militaristic. Like these guys are like, these guys are well trained, well disciplined.
Oh, crap.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys are looking over here, if you got it zoomed in or whatever, but if you look over here, there's some guys over here as well. So these guys kind of come out, and if you look at the...
Yep.
Yeah, so this is similar, right? What they look like. They're armored, right? You know, and they have like these futuristic-looking rifles, fully enclosed helmets or whatever, and they just kind of like raise weapons, and they're just pointing in y'all's general direction. They say like freeze.
Oh, good. I was worried they were becoming like the way I parked my motorcycle. That would have been inconvenient, you know.
All right, Mordecai, you're up.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Do we see these ones over here, or no?
Can you see them from where
So
you're
I can
at?
see this one, and I can see this one.
Yep. So basically, whatever your tokens can see is what you can see.
Okay.
Because it's like night-ish. It's around 7:30, but the sun hasn't gone down.
Okay. Cool. Can I as a free action, kind of try to reach out and touch their minds with my telepathy?
Sure. What do you want to do with it?
Okay, I'm gonna try and suggest them like, look, I know it's illegal, but we had to do something.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna kind of move over here and go ahead and try to get another Mystic Blast in on the golem.
Okay. And real quick, what did you say? What did you say to the guys again? What was the
I
exact
reached
wording?
into their minds and I said, "Hey, I know supers are illegal, but we had to do something." He was attacking basically.
Okay. All right, and then you get a Mystic Blast.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
All right. DC. Okay.
Oh yeah, and then sorry, somebody was typing. So he's got 5.
What's the DC?
So days
20.
debuffs. I keep rolling just well enough. All right, you hit him square in the chest again. He kind of
Nice.
like leans back. He's like, "Ugh." All right, Loki, you're up.
Okay. Now I really don't know what to do. This creature, it just doesn't give up. What can we do? What can he do? What can he do? I'm getting crazy. I need to focus. I am the tactician. I need to have a cool mind. I need to be level-headed. Like, actually, that's my character. Okay, I'm like super nervous, but I'm trying to calm myself. Like, okay, so I have an idea. Oh yeah, I have an idea. I'm going to go there and say, "Hey, Golem, look, tiny puny man," pointing to the SPD. Faint again.
Okay, so you're gonna feint again.
Yeah. Please work. Please work. Oh no.
Rip.
Yep.
Oh.
Goodbye, cruel world. You were good to us. Let's see. Insider deception. No, unfortunately, he does not take your feint. He like looks and he's like, hmm. You were like, you're just like pointing at him.
Okay, I'm going to run back a little bit and hide behind the car. Like, okay, I think I did what I could do. Do your best, guys. And I end my turn.
Okay. All right, Frostfang. It's up to you now. Can you do it? Can you get the kill?
SPD is they're pretty much addressing all of us, right?
Yeah. So, well, they have their weapons trained in all of your general's direction. All of your general directions, I should say. There we go. But you know that they really don't differentiate, especially seeing you and that thing. There's no difference in their eyes. They'll shoot you just as much as they'll shoot the golem.
Okay, I want to run underneath this thing to this side,
Okay.
and then as I'm running underneath it, I'll just make a claw attack against one of this thing's legs.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Nice.
That is a hit. All right. Slowly but surely, you guys are going to get him. Not when I roll like this. All right. So yeah, you claw him in the leg. He, like his knee kind of buckles a little bit, but he still doesn't go down. Like you just turn back, and you guys are just thinking to yourself, "God damn, this thing is tough. Why won't it go down?" All right. Anything else from you?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. The golem.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's gonna like raise his fist. It's just gonna like punch down on you, Ed. So it's okay. I'm trying to think of what.
Golem smash, puny robot man.
So it's dazed.
No.
Yes. What is your parry?
It's 5.
Yeah, so basically that's a total of 15. Yeah, it misses you. Like it comes down, you just kind of like sidestep, push the fist, and it goes into the ground, makes a big hole. Wait, do I have any like cool? Wait, I got cool effects, man. I gotta do it.
SFX.
I know, man. It's just like boom.
Ah!
Whoosh, dust and concrete dust just kind of goes flying everywhere.
Nice.
And then, so like when it does that, then these SPD guys just start opening fire. So, all right, so these 4 over here. We're gonna shoot the or what?
Oh, never mind. Continue. Sorry.
No. So they're going to shoot him. So these 4 over here. Nope. Wrong thing. There we go. I'm like, there we go. But so their rifles are like this. They're like kind of like square tube shaped with its like green energy. So yeah, they do here.
Oh,
They'll
nice.
just shoot. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
baby. Yeah. So let's do. Oh. So one guy misses wildly. Kind of goes over the guy's shoulder, but three of the shots hit this thing in like the shoulder, the head, and the chest, taking off chunks of its armor or like its rocks or whatever.
Rocks, yeah.
But then you see it like it kind of shrinks a little bit, like it reduces in size. Then
Wait, the whole golem shrinks?
yeah, like just like a little bit, like you can feel, like you could see it. It's just kind of like slowly, kind of like reducing in size.
Okay.
Then these 4
Guys,
over here.
We
Do
need
the
to
same
shrink
thing?
him until we can collect him and have him as a pet. It's gonna be fun.
One of these guys miss wildly, and then the other three score pretty much direct hits on this guy.
Nice.
So after all of these shots hit this thing, let me get my tokens. This thing shrinks.
Oh,
It shrinks by half.
it's only a medium creature now.
All right, Ed, you're up.
Well,
Large. Sorry, not gargantuan.
I really don't feel like being in the crossfire of this. I don't know. Do you guys want to try taking it down, or do we want to bounce? I'm asking
Well,
everyone.
I'm starting to wonder if this is, not our fight. They seem to be taking him down pretty handily. I'm assuming he's actually a rogue super, but I don't know. That might be metagaming.
Anyone need a ride then?
I would gladly accept one.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna first bounce over here next to Son Loki's character, whose name I have not learned yet.
I'm on.
Well, he didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
We gotta,
Right. Oh, I thought.
Anyways,
My
I'm gonna princess carry him, and then I'm gonna bounce out.
Really?
As you go running down the street.
And as we're leaping over the buildings, the sun's setting, and I say, "Wow, sure is romantic out tonight, huh?"
Oh,
Nice.
don't get focused on the goal, and don't let me fall. You understand?
Yeah,
The
man.
wind is like slowly blowing through your hair, The stars are off in the distance.
It's really nice out. But yeah, I bounce off the map with him basically.
Okay.
Going back to my motorcycle.
Okay. Mordecai?
Okay. I am gonna get one last Mystic Blast in and then head off in the same direction.
All right, roll it up. Good luck.
It's a
Alright.
bad roll.
Here we go. Ooh. Does he do it? Do you do it? Let me consult the chart. Oh yeah, you do actually. So you're just like, as you're going to run, you turn, you're just like, one more blast, like you hit it like right in his face. It's like, as it like shrinks down to like normal size. It actually, and then like as it's falling backwards, it turns into like a normal human. The guy's he's dark haired, scruffy beard, like ratty, tattered clothes. As he just like as he falls down, just bloof right in the street, right in front of you, Frostfang. And then you said you're gonna run.
Yeah, I'm gonna head off towards the distance with where they were heading, because I think we were headed back to my shop, but I don't know.
Okay. So Loki, you're being carried. You're running away.
Honestly, I have no idea.
So I'll move you guys like over this way.
Yeah.
Move my turn tracker. You guys are being carried. Rip. Mordecai, you go this way.
Yay.
Alright. Frostfang.
Um,
30 feet, yeah.
I'm going to run over here, and I'll use my. I'm going to tell Mordecai to just kind of hop on like a fireman's carry.
Hey, okay. Piggyback ride, yeah.
I'll use my standard action to pick him up, and then
Okay.
spend the rest of my turn catching up to, or just running west out of here, I can move a total of 250 feet on my turn.
Oh, nice. Okay. So these guys go like running in the street like after you. So, all right. So you guys make your escape from this area. The SPD guys are basically they chase after you on foot for a little bit. They kind of fire a few shots from their weapons. The streets have pretty well cleared out. There's not a whole lot of people here. Cars have kind of been off to the side. So they get a few shots off. They don't really hit you, but they decide to give up chase to deal with this guy back here. So you make it off back several blocks, back to where Ed you parked your motorcycle.
Yeah.
You guys go running down this alley. You guys are all kind of together there. Then Frostfang, you come in with Mordecai. Mordecai, you kind of jump off. You guys are all kind of standing in this alleyway. You're all kind of like looking at each other like, what do you guys do?
Hold on a second, guys. I wanna check something out, and I pull like a small machine out from my back, and I start setting up my drone because I want to fly it back down to where the SPD guys are, and I want to kind of see what they're up to with that now human, but what was the golem monster.
And I kind of look at everybody and go, so there are still supers, huh? All right. Maybe I can get off my butt and do some good.
I wouldn't really consider myself a super. Don't really have powers. I say as I pilot my drone with its remote control.
And I respond like, man, you have gadgets. I don't even have it. I just have a glowing eye. Look at me, I have a glowing eye.
That's a little more super than just having some smoke bombs and I mean and a drone basically. That's all I got.
Well, at least I have the power of believing in yourself and saying to aim a little bit to the right.
Yeah, that's my favorite power.
And this one over here.
Yeah.
He seems like he can change between what looks like to be, I'm assuming, an ice wolf. What's the deal with that?
No offense, friend, but the less you know about that, the better I will be.
Don't be
no
shy.
offense taken.
Oh,
I mean, it is a time where whoever knows about your powers is less people knowing about your powers is better. I understand completely.
yeah. And well, since we already battled together, I think it would be nice for us to introduce ourselves. So, I'm Amon. Nice to meet you guys.
Amon, we've already met. But my name is Mordecai.
What's up? I'm Connor. I'm kind of like a little distracted right now. I'm sorry. Kind of focusing on what's going on down there.
Makes sense.
No problem. Then I started looking through the constructions and the buildings using my penetrating vision. Like, oh, nice drone, man. And like my eyes start to glow again.
I even have the token for the drone too.
Ooh,
It's so cool. Look at it.
it's
You
adorable.
there, Wolfman. Can we?
I
do you
so
have a name
wanted.
we can call you?
Yeah, you guys can call me John.
John. Okay. Very plain.
Joe.
Hi,
And then
John.
I'm
Well,
gonna go
in times like
Go ahead.
in times like that, being plain is actually pretty good.
Indeed.
At this time, I want to. So we're in like an alleyway, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to be, looking both ways down the alleyway. If there's any like if it's a residential alley, make sure no one's really looking at us through any windows, and just try to make sure no one really has any eyes on us from any direction.
And then I'm going to go ahead and open up my one of my books, and I'm going to etch a couple symbols into the book, and it's going to glow, and I'm going to go ahead and scry the area to make sure that we're not being watched as well.
Okay.
Don't worry about that, guys. They'll probably just think a drug deal's going on. No big deal.
If things were as simple as that.
So with your drone, you get over there. You see that these guys have like cordoned off this area pretty hard. As you kind of see, kind of how it's set up. They've got this guy like in some kind of weird kind of shackles. They kind of cover the hands, something around the neck, around the waist. They're kind of like dragging this guy off into one of these vehicles over here. They put him in like one of their big trucks.
Are they like normal chain shackles, or are they fancy looking?
They're fancy. You would know that they're like the well, let's see. I have my whisper thing just for this reason. Wait.
And wait, were they walking him like he's up and awake, or were they carrying him?
They're kind of like they got the one arm under each, under each armpit or whatever, and they're kind of like dragging him. He's like awake, but he's like, ugh.
All right, cool, gotcha.
And like the guy doesn't really seem to be putting up much of a fight. He looks like he's kind of in a daze as you kind of fly your drone around. You're able to kind of like zoom in on the guy's face. He just looks like he's in some kind of trance or whatever. He's just like very just. But he doesn't really know what's going on.
I dig it.
All right. So what are you guys planning? Where are you guys planning to go from the alleyway?
Well, we can maybe hit up my shop. It's nice, secluded. You guys can lay low for a little bit to make sure this blush is over.
Yeah, your shop's like 2 blocks away from where you're at.
Right. Probably about 2 blocks that way. Kind of nods his head in the general direction.
Yeah, sure.
What kind of shop did you say it was exactly?
Bookshop. Just I know books are kind of old hat these days, but I'm not exactly a spring chicken myself, so whatever.
Yeah, man,
Spring?
I get you. Look, I still drive this gas-powered thing.
The sooner we get inside, the better. So lead the way, Mordecai.
You got coffee.
All right. Might be able to whip something up.
All right, let's hit the road. Hop on my bike because I don't want to walk.
All right. So you guys make your way out of the alleyway, and you take your bike. One passenger if you want, or make everybody else walk, whatever. The shop's only a couple blocks away. And by the time you get there, the sun is pretty much gone down. It's twilight, dusk. You're able to get inside, and you lock the door, and you feel for a moment that you are safe and secure. This place is pretty. It feels pretty homely, like that old kind of bookstore kind of feel. There's nobody else here, right? Would you be the only one
Right.
here? Yeah. So there's nobody else here. It's quiet. You can smell like old tomes and books and things like that. But yeah, then you guys have this sense of security, at least for the moment. All right, gamers. So that was our first game with our Friday game group in my Mutants and Masterminds campaign. We got to see a little bit of character interaction. We got to see some combat. Obviously, a lot of setup, exposition, that kind of stuff there in the beginning. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, hit the like button. If you want to support the channel, also hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to get instant notifications when I upload new content. Also, if you want your friends to check it out, give it a share. Also, if you're ever interested in playing in one of my games, I pull my players from my Discord channel. I put a link in the description box below. I'd love you to come on over there. We've got quite a few people over there, even come up with their own games that they may want to be running. So if you're looking for a group of people to get into a game of maybe not just Mutants and Masterminds, but another role-playing game, one of these guys might be willing to put something together for you. And I hope to see you over there. And then, until I see you again in the dungeon, I'm Brian, your Game Master, and happy gaming.